Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Najir here. We're at Otakon 2024, doing what we do, talking to some of the guests, my friends, the very talented cosplayers here at this year's convention. Here's somebody I've really been excited to talk to work with. I've been kind of following her career for a while. I love that she represents Maryland because I think Maryland has a statement to make when it comes to this cosplayer scene. Finally, I introduce you all to my friend Jamie. Jamie, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Welcome to Otakon once again.
Yes. I'm excited to be here.
So since this is the third day, and I've talked to some of the folks, and if you all checked out previous interviews, we kind of caught them earlier in the convention. Now we can kind of talk a little bit in retrospect. How has Otakon 2024, the 30th anniversary, been for you?
It's been really good, honestly. It's been a lot better since last year, and I've had such an amazing time. I've met so many wonderful and kind people, photographers, cosplayers, vendors, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's been really nice.
Why Otakon? Why do you come?
I come because it's local.
Yeah.
I'm from Maryland, so it's not a far drive for me.
Yeah.
This was actually, 2 years ago, was the first convention I cosplayed to, and I had an amazing time. This is my third year cosplaying, so it's a little bit of a baby, but...
Yeah. And you're absolutely amazing. And I think
Thank
the
you.
biggest thing for me as a fan who appreciates fandoms and appreciate everyone's artistry is character selection is one thing, and obviously there's trends and whatnot, but like people who really embrace the characters, the folks you can tell really love these characters, you know, because there's this whole thing of clout chasing out there. But nonetheless, that's been your essence. You pick characters, and every time I see your work, the amazing people you work with, so shout out to the photographers out there, you really step into these characters. So for our next question, sort of what is that process in terms of vetting who you want to do, and then from that point to ultimately delivering at either a shoot or appearing at a convention?
In regards to choosing characters, I really tend to lean towards characters that I can relate to, or honestly, there's some that just look so cool, like Unohana from Bleach. I absolutely adore her, and that's kind of my process in regards to picking characters. Because I think if you enjoy the character, you're going to enjoy the experience of cosplaying and the shoots and everything in regards to that a lot more. And then in regards to embracing the character, I am really nitpicky. I look at all the little details that a character has and things of that nature. So I end up looking up fan art and just kind of thinking about the character's personality a bit. And I definitely pick characters that I feel like I relate to a lot more, like Frieren, for example.
It sounds like a gatekeeper comment, but I'll say it. I feel like when everybody makes the statement, it's like, you know, anybody can cosplay anybody, which is absolutely fair.
Yes.
But I think there's tiers to this. But then there's folks like you that's just like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this justice. I'm going to do the IP justice. I'm going to do the voice actor, the animators, the studios, whatever. I'm going to do it justice. And like, I appreciate that, especially somebody who does not have any artistic skills. I'm looking at it like, that person truly cares. And then there are people that just step into, that get into the character and like, I'm blah, blah, blah. So I just want to say I appreciate that. And I hopefully others give you your flowers for that, because it's very noticeable. And I also think that's what's kind of trippy here is like, you're like, I only cosplay for 2 years, but like, your work speaks like you've been doing it for like 10 years, you know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that you all know and that I told you that like, it's absolutely noted when you can tell somebody truly cares about the character, truly cares about the fandom, truly cares about the folks. Even the artist that does the fan art, they get their love as well too, of really bringing these characters to life. I don't know. Again, sounds kind of gatekeepy, but I feel like some people take characters and they try to like use that character for personal reasons, which I don't know. And you can tell because you're just like, yeah, that character doesn't pose that way. That character doesn't, you know, move around like that. And it's, I don't know, just from the outside, and it's that's noticeable as well too. So why did you get into cosplay? This is a very steep hill, a money pit. Sometimes you do not recover from it. It's very expensive one way or another. But why?
So I got into cosplay. I always loved Halloween growing up. I loved dressing up, loved it. I thought about cosplaying when I was younger, but just was never able to. Based on personal reasons. And as I got older, when I got out of college, got back into anime and went to a convention with some friends, saw a bunch of cosplayers around, and I was like, I kind of feel a little out of place. I feel like this isn't my element. So I decided to cosplay, and I just had such an amazing time. Everyone was so nice, so respectful. I met so many wonderful people. I was like, this is fun. This is really fun. And after college, I used to play soccer, and I was trying to find a new hobby to kind of get into. Yeah. One that I could like embrace myself and be who I was, and cosplay really just jumped out and spoke to me right after that first experience.
Let's get into that a little bit deeper then. So ultimately, what does this community mean for you both? There's a physicality to it, and then there's an emotional and mental aspect to it. So what does being a part of the cosplay community, the convention community, the anime space, what does it all mean for you?
I think it means a lot. I've met some of my bestest friends through cosplay, and I'm so grateful for that. And I've met so many kind people, and it's really nice when you come to a convention, and especially when you're into anime. It used to be a little taboo a bit. Yes. And once, if people found out, they kind of gave you a weird look. It's a lot more mainstream now, but I've had that. Yeah. And coming to a convention where they have common interests with you, it's really easy to form those connections with people. Yeah. And it's just been really nice. I've met so many kind people, and I'm still meeting so many kind people now. Yeah. So I'm really grateful for people who have been following me along this whole journey and just supporting me as well. I really didn't expect any of this to ever happen. I didn't think I would get past 100 followers. I was going to do this for fun.
Yeah.
But I have been having a lot of fun learning new things in regards to styling wigs, cosplaying, and just adding details. There's so many different things in regards to cosplay, and many things I still have to improve on, but I'm so excited to learn more, and I get to express my artistic side as well. So that's why I really like cosplay, and it means a lot to me.
I love that for you. That's completely beautiful, and I think no matter your walks of life, I think when it comes down to the community, one way or another, we were all either discriminated or bullied or whatever it meant, oppressed even at points because of what we liked. And you could come here, and it doesn't matter where you come from, or what's your ethnicity, your nationality, what's your sexuality. Everybody comes here and have fun, and it's a good time. And
yes.
I absolutely love it. I echo your same sentiments on that note, and it's a good place. And for the folks that bullied us back in the day, that's weird, da-da-da. Now they're like, oh, that's so cool, I'm a nerd. Yeah, we see you. Probably another gatekeeping comment, but we see you. We remember that. So, but anyway, it has become to a point where, like, everybody's welcome.
Yes.
And I think for all the craziness in the world, this is a little bit of a safe space for us. There's dangers here at times, which there's dangers all over the world, which I want to talk about in 1 second with you. But for the primary part of it, the love blossoms into very special pockets of art here. Voice actors, cosplayers, artists, sketch artists, digital artists. You get it all here. Yeah. So Otakon's the place to be.
Yes, it is.
Talking about the dangers and whatnot. One thing I like about Otakon is that it's always been, to me, a very safe space. Security's here, very present, and this occupies a lot of space here, but nonetheless, it's always security everywhere you go, professional staff, and the community also rises up for one another. But for you, I'm curious, just stepping into cosplay, and I'm not sure how long you've been going to conventions, nonetheless, but how do you feel about the safety here? How's the experience been for you? And what's some things you can tell others that may be curious about stepping into cosplay in Otakon about things, either to be aware of or just any advice on that note?
So the security has been great. I have not had any bad experiences here or any time I have felt unsafe or uncomfortable, really, this entire time. So I'm really grateful for that, because there have been experiences where I'm sure a lot of people have gone through that. Yeah. So Otakon has done a spectacular job, doing that. And I guess some tips for some cosplayers coming in regards to just being respectful and courteous. Always ask for pictures if it's okay. That is just one rule that I've noticed, and it's a little bit, especially if you're sitting down, trying to relax, you're in the middle of a bite and someone comes up and shoves their phone in your face and takes a picture. You're like...
Read the room, folks.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
So always just be kind, courteous, treat others how you would want to be treated, and that's all, really.
Love it. Great advice. I totally agree. Last few questions I want to ask you right now. First of all, this has always been a very interesting take, and I was kind of curious how you were going to pronounce Frieren. Well, getting tongue-tied myself.
Yeah.
Frieren.
Frieren.
Frieren. How many different ways have you heard it pronounced?
I have no clue.
Really? You just know it?
Yeah, I know when people mispronounce it. Sorry. But I don't like correcting people.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to be rude.
Yeah. Frieren. Yeah, Frieren. Frieren.
Frieren.
Frieren. So just
Sorry.
Fair enough.
I'm just so hypocritical to myself.
Why was this the cosplay you wanted to close the weekend out with?
I had been planning this cosplay with some friends for a while. I had a friend who wanted to cosplay Stark, and I actually have a group out there, and my other friend is cosplaying Fern, and he said I should cosplay Frieren. And it's like the perfect height difference between everyone. And my brother, he's cosplaying Heiter right now, so I was able to incorporate him in the group too, which means a lot because I'm really close with him.
I love that.
And to close the week, we had been planning this for a while, but I think in regards to picking this day, it was a more comfortable cosplay to end Otakon with, and I had other cosplays kind of coordinated with certain days.
Yeah. Okay. What's one of your favorite fandoms? What's some things that people should know about you? Like, you know, what are the things you're into, and do you have any other conventions kind of slotted for the year? Anything else you're targeting?
I adore Bleach. I'm a sucker for it. I love Bleach. The Legend of Zelda, absolutely adore that. There are so many animes that have such a special place in my heart. Big shout out to Your Eternity, which is very underrated. Very sad, but watch it. It's really good. Vinland Saga, absolutely adore Vinland Saga. There are so many great ones that have really moved me. Violet Evergarden. They're so stunning. The animation, the voice actors, just the raw emotion. I'm actually getting chills thinking about it. It's just such the artistic ability that people are able to incorporate into those shows is just amazing. And I think there are a lot of people that can relate emotionally to a lot of these animes, and those are just some I absolutely adore. In regards to fandoms, I don't know if I get into fandoms too much. I'm kind of oblivious to certain things. Just because I will say I adore JJK, but the fandom is so toxic because I have never seen a show put out so many unwarranted spoilers in my life. Please. I'm like, well.
For a moment, I was about to say that's a hot take, but that ain't nothing but the damn truth right there.
It's true.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, Jamie, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I know we talk a lot on the socials, but finally being able to do this and being able to open my platform out to you, I think a lot of people need to keep their eyes on you and your work.
Thank you.
2 years is kind of baffling. That's kind of wild. That means like I literally seen you once you started. I was like, I thought you were like the best kept secret. I was like,
no.
And I'm such an advocate for, again, the Maryland cosplay, the Maryland, D.C., Virginia cosplay scene, because everybody always talk about, the New York, the Floridas, the California. I was like, no, man. This area, we got some very talented folks, and I was very glad to be able to talk to you today.
Of course, thank you.
Folks know they need to be keeping up with you, so. I hope you have a great rest of the final day of Otakon 2024. You'll be back next year, right?
Yes, I will.
You heard it here first. That's a spoiler, by the way.
No more spoilers.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I do this.